Shalom, Kol Halayim La Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This lesson is going to be a quick, Lord willing, a quick testimonial slash exhortation to the body, right? To the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. All right, as Yahweh Shai told Peter, when ye are converted, strengthen your brethren, right? So the Lord has us go through things not only to build ourselves up, to give us experience, but also to share our experiences with the body and to exhort and edify one another. Okay? So basically it's still rolling in the spirit from my last lesson, all right, which I did earlier in the morning, right kind of right before the testimony that I'm about to give. You know, the last video I did going into really, proposing the question through the spirit, really what's the worst that could happen? So going into the elect, the hopeful elect, what's really the worst that can happen to you when this persecution comes, when hell comes, Jacob's trouble, really hits. You being one of the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, you really being of the elect of the nation of Israel, you enduring to the end. As the scriptures say, all things work together for our good, right? That's what the word says. So really, what's the worst that can happen to you, right? So through the spirit, I guess Satan, spiritual demon Satan, and his physical counterparts, his minions on the earth, okay, through the spirit, they didn't, that video didn't sit well with them. That video didn't sit well with them. So basically what happened was, right after that, I was, after I uploaded that video, about a couple hours later, I was driving, just driving around, by myself. And as I'm driving, me personally, I'm pretty sure it's like this for most Jakes, growing up in Babylon the Great and all the crazy shit you go through as a Jake, dealing with police officers or other crazy Jake. You got to keep an eye out. Me personally, as I drive, whenever I drive, I'm always being circumspect. I drive with one eye on the road and one eye in my rear view. That's just me. That's just how I drive. My papers could be clean, L's, license all good. That's just how I drive. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of Jake drive like that, So I noticed a vehicle behind me. It was like a charcoal gray color Nissan Altima, I believe. It could be an Altima or a Maxima. I only really saw the front of the vehicle because it was right behind me and like the sides as I was turning. But it was a new vehicle, updated. It had to be 2019 or 2020. And I noticed this vehicle behind me. It's been behind me for some time as I'm driving. All right, so the thought comes into my mind, is this car following me? So in order to prove that, I start, just making some random, turns, like Jake in the World. They say you make 3 rights or 3 lefts, which if you make 3 rights or 3 lefts, you going back in the original direction. It doesn't make any sense. Anybody that's driving someplace, they're going to make 3 rights back to back to back, or 3 lefts back to back to back. So basically, as I was turning, I made different turns, and I realized, yo, this car is following me. All right. And I don't know who it was or what it was, but the spirit jumped on me. The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah jumped on me to start maneuvering. Okay. So basically what I did was I was going down the street, and there was this supermarket on the side of the road, and I passed the entrance to go pull straight into the parking lot, but I didn't do that. I went around the parking lot, around the back. It was this dusty road, dirt road. It like really cars weren't even supposed to be on that road, but I turned down that road anyways to try to get away from this car. The car turns with me right behind me. I'm like, yeah, this car is definitely following me. Definitely. I turn, make another right, pull around the other side of the supermarket, and then pull inside the supermarket parking lot. And when I pull into the parking lot, I turn into a parking spot. I actually park in the parking spot. It's people out. I'm trying to see what the car is gonna do. So I pull into the parking spot, and immediately the car pulls into a parking spot a couple spots down. But the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, call all Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord is so, he's so wonderful. He's so amazing, man. What the Lord had was like a car in between us. I parked in one spot, he parked in the next spot, and it was a car right in between us. So the Lord, the Lord's so bad, man. And I say bad, I mean bad in a good way. All right. The Lord had the car, as soon as I parked, and the car that was following me parked, the car in between us started to pull out. So what that did was it created a blockade. It created a block between me and the vehicle. And immediately, once that happened, I wasted no time. I pulled right back in reverse, in between, reverse right in front of the car that's pulling out in between us real fast, and take off right out of the parking lot, hit the corner, and speed down the road. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord delivered me. I don't know who it was, what they wanted, but that car was definitely following me. Definitely. All right. And the Lord delivered me. Okay. I don't know who it was, but hey, the scriptures tell us that you got agents in this thing. All right. Brothers gonna be persecuted. You have many different instances. People want to kill us, man. People actually want us dead. And as time goes on, there's going to be more and more situations like this. There's been situations like this. Brothers have testimonies similar to this, and it's only going to intensify as we get closer and closer to salvation. All right. But the point of this lesson is, don't be don't be surprised if the Lord have you put in a situation like that. Now, it could have been worse. Could have been way worse. But, I just take that as a sign that things is getting ready to heat up. And we got to continue to remain circumspect. We got to continue to remain vigilant. And continue to be on our watch. All right? And the Lord is going to continue to work more mighty deliverances through us. Okay? And I still find it so funny how that happened right after I did that video, man. Okay, and I mentioned how these demons, and Satan, Esau, Edom, they get really pissed off. Okay, when you have that Romans 8:28 mindset, man, knowing that everything that happens to you is for your good, that truly makes you unstoppable in the spirit, And I mentioned how the demons that aggravates them. So I find it funny how that happened right after I uploaded that video. But nevertheless, that's the point of this lesson. All right, and to exhort, Akim to continue to believe in the delivering power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, so I'm gonna start off with this precept right here. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant. All right, be sober-minded, meaning we have to have our wits with us. We have to be on our spiritual P's and Q's. Okay? Now, of course, it's not a sin to drink wine, strong drink. It's not talking about that. Of course, you're not supposed to do it in excess to the point where you can't be circumspect, But it's talking about being spiritually sober, being spiritually grounded, down to earth. You in touch with reality. You seeing, you have your senses, what's going on around you. You're not just lost in the sauce like these people are. Like these women all on the phone, not being circumspect, walking down the street, got earphones. Somebody could just walk up behind the snatch and put them in the van. Nobody know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because they proud. They don't think nothing like that could happen to them. Which that's the opposite of being sober. You see? Being sober-minded. All right? It's like being sober, that's basically what they say, the opposite of being high. Or you being drunk or being high. When you high-minded, you proud. You don't think nothing can happen to you. But when you're sober, you looking around, you got your wits with you. You like that deer in the woods. All right? 1 Peter 5:8, it says, be sober, be vigilant. And let's go into this word vigilant. It says Gregorio, to keep awake, that is watch, literally or figuratively. Be vigilant, wake, watchful. Okay, so we have to continue to watch. Yahushua said what? Watch as well as pray. We have to be on our watch. We're the watchmen, right? But it said figuratively and or literally. So we have to be on a watch figuratively and literally. Figuratively watching, for the prophecies, watching for the enemy, being spiritually alert, knowing what times you're living in, and literally, yeah, especially now more so than ever, you have to literally look around, man. You got agents out here, you got people out here that want to harm us. Okay? Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? Starting with the spiritual demon Satan, yeah. He told the Most High he's going to and fro and up and down in it. All right? Seeing who doesn't have that hedge, which the hedge is the angels. All right? Which the 2/3 of our people, they already devoured. You see, Satan, they want the demons, they want to get their hands on the hopeful elect. And he has minions out here, people, physical counterparts that are being possessed by these spirits to do things to you in the physical realm. So we gotta be circumspect. We gotta watch out. The scriptures say what? Isaiah 59, Lord willing, I'm gonna go into that. It says what? He that turneth to righteousness maketh himself a prey, right? Verse 9. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. You see, so it's nothing, we ain't going through nothing that's uncommon to man, right? As it says in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, the Most High not gonna put nothing on you that you can't bear. And so the opposition, the adversity, the Most High is not gonna put more of that on you than you can handle. All right, so the Most High is going to put certain brothers in certain situations. He's not going to put every brother in the same exact situation, because every brother got different measure of faith. All right, every brother's not going through the same thing, but yet don't think that you're the only one going through it, you know. And that's the point of this lesson. Like I said in the beginning, like I said, this is not the first time something like this has happened to a brother, and it won't be the last time. But as I said, as the scriptures say, Salakia, the devil, which the devil is a man, okay, Diabolos, starting with the so-called white man Esau Edom, the deceiver. They got phones tapped, they got they got an address, they know the type of people we deal with on the day-to-day. All right, so that's why the Most High, he has a hedge about us, and let's get that, because without that hedge, we are through. This man is the prince of the power of the air. He got satellites. He could see. He could probably look at me right now as I'm walking down the street doing this lesson. He probably got a satellite. He could beam down and look at me right now. All right, but this is Psalm chapter 34 and verse 7. The angel of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth him. So the angels of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, you know, each member of the elect has angels guiding them, protecting them, feeding them with the Holy Spirit, comforting them, carrying their prayers to before the throne of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Also protecting you from unseen forces. There's things, there's forces that try to come against us on a daily basis. Things that people and different spirits may have intention or plan or device to do something to you, and the Lord will have something happen and stop them right in their tracks, and you won't even know about it. You won't even know that's somebody actually had that plan to do something to you. You know? So that's the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But it said what? It campeth around them that fear him. When you go into that word encampeth, it says chana, properly to incline, decline, specifically to pitch a tent. When you pitch a tent, that's what you staying there. You're not going nowhere for the time being. So what that mean? The angels, they always there. You part of the elect, the angels is always there. You always have a spiritual bodyguards through the spirit that's protecting you. We have major protection through the spirit power Yahweh Shem Yahushua that the rest of the people, that the rest of Israel, the 2/3, the wicked of our people, also these different nations, they don't have that. You see? And I could only, you know, of course it's called Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but I can only imagine how the whoever was in that car felt like, fuck, damn, he just got away like that, you know. But that's Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the angels, man. He had that car pull up right in the middle of us and just block and gave me time to get out of there. Okay, let me get this real quick before I move to to Isaiah 59, and I'll close with that, Lord's will. But this is Psalms chapter 91. All right, and I'll start at 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Meaning, all right, you dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, meaning you pitching your tent in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Your mind is stayed on Yahweh Shem Yahushua in his word, in the scriptures. You continuously eating. You under the protection of the Almighty because you fear him, right? And I ain't gonna read this whole thing. I'll jump around a little bit for the sake of time. I didn't want to make this video long. It's a beautiful chapter though. I will say of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. So we don't need an actual bunker or actual building to run to. The scripture says that the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is a strong tower. The righteous run into and are safe. Meaning, are you actually running into some building somewhere? No. You leaning upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You trusting in the Lord, and he gonna work a work. He gonna work a miracle to get you out of that situation. Whether it be him actually having a physical place for you to go and hide, or however. Verse 3, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Going into the angels, man. They're going to protect us. This truth, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's what's going to keep us in these times that we're coming in. And I'm going to just jump down. I'm going to keep reading through verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. So get ready to witness thousands of people die in front of you, before your eyes. But ain't nothing gonna happen to you. The Lord gonna keep you. Talking to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. And you know what that's called? That's called favor. That's called grace. And like them niggas in the church always say, favor ain't fair, right? But that's true. Favor is not fair. And the whole world is getting ready to witness that on a whole new level. Verse 8, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So when this judgment start happening, we're going to know that it's because these people wicked. And that's what they deserve. Why? Because they didn't repent when they had liberty. Verse 9, because thou hast made Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Why? Because the angels is around you. High level, powerful, angelic forces is around us, surrounding us. We can't see them. The Lord can open, if the Lord could tap into your spirit and allow you to see them, or he can allow other people to see him, and you don't see him, and bug them out, have them turn around and run. Verse 11, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. All right. So, hey, the Lord is getting ready to he's going to continue to work mighty works. Brothers is getting ready to meet angels, man. For the angels, the Lord to actually have these spirits to reveal themselves to you and come down in a certain form and speak to you, actually guide you, give you food, protect you, teach you certain things. Hey, it's about to get real live out here. And I hope the Lord continues to give us that spirit to endure it and be and to partake in this salvation. All right. That's all I wanted to get out of there. Which like I said, the whole chapter is beautiful. But I'll end off with this, Lord willing. This is Isaiah chapter 59. Let me start like around I start at 14. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter right. That's because wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. The law is slack. Wickedness is promoted. Righteousness is despised. That's the world we living in 2020 going into 2021. Nobody, they're getting ready to fully persecute the men of the Lord. All Israelites, but mainly the ones that have the 100% truth. Verse 15, yeah, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. Let's go into this word prey. Shalal, it says to drop or strip. Implication to plunder. Let make self a prey of purpose, spoil. So basically, you make yourself vulnerable. As it says in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, I believe in the first verse, my son, when thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And that temptation is going to come in many different forms. You open yourself up because you start going against the grain. When you was in the world, you was going with the flow of wickedness. So these demons, they ain't really have no problem with you. But once you start turning to righteousness, now you're going to be met with opposition. Now you're going to be met with resistance. And Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment, right? There's nobody physically on this earth that has power of judgment. You don't see these police officers executing the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You're not going to see that. They executing Esau's laws. You don't see no judges. They making new laws and legislation on the books to come against us. They don't stand for righteousness. The scriptures say, I believe Psalms 94, the Lord said, who shall stand up for me against the evildoers? And the only ones that's doing that start with our apostles and others a great millstone. And the brothers on down that have this truth, the prophets. They the ones that's standing up for the Lord. Ain't nobody else is doing that. Against the evildoers. Meaning what? It's a battle. It's a fight. And it's going to get physical. But the Lord is going to be with us. Verse 16, and he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and an helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. So the Lord is getting ready for war. He's getting ready to save his bride. And he's going to do it very violently. He's going to destroy our enemies. Verse 18, according to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies, to the islands will he repay recompense. So it's going to be a lot of death. The Lord's going to do a lot of killing throughout the four corners of the earth. But mainly here in Babylon the Great. Verse 19, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. And why are they going to fear the name of the Lord from the west? Because we're in the west right now, publishing the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We're telling the people about the things that's getting ready to take place on the earth, and we're telling them that it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that's doing it. So when these things actually start happening in full effect, they're going to remember that name. And when the Lord actually comes from the east, from the rising of the sun, with the glory, with the ships, with the chariots, then it's gonna be fully on. They're gonna say, "Yep, that's him." All right. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall lift up a standard against them. And we always go into that word standard. It is nawas. It says to flit, that is vanish away, escape, causatively, chase, impel, abate, to flee away, to flee out, hide, lift. Which you go into the blue letter, it also says to believe proceed on horseback, to proceed into the battle on horseback or from away from the battle. Also to put your enemies to flight, to fly, or to put your enemies to flight. Either way, whether it be the Lord have you disappear, he could work a miracle to make you become invisible. He could teleport you, and he could also give you power to make your enemies flee, or he could do something to make your enemies flee through the angels, through the chariots, all type of things, man. But the point is, the Lord got us. That's the point. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, like they're getting ready to do, like Esau Edom always has done, he's getting ready to do it one more time with great wrath, as it says in Revelation the 12th chapter, because he know if he have but a short time. When he does that, when he comes with his troops, when he comes with his armies, when he deems us as a domestic terrorist, put us on a wanted list and all that good stuff, the Lord is getting ready to, he's really going to show out for us. All right. So what happened, in this testimony, that's just a sign of that, and that's really all I wanted to go into. So Lord willing, this testimony / exhortation was edifying. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, double honors unto our apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well, and much peace and blessings to the elect. With that, I'm going to say shalom.